Long time no see. Hope everyone is well and has managed to keep safe and busy and prosper and survive realistically, I suppose, in the light of the last year or so. I just wanted to give an update on where I'm at, and I figured that this was the easiest and probably the most engaging way of doing it, or I hope it is. And just to talk to you about where I'm at really in life, and there's a few things I want to say and a few things I want to explain as well, so bear with me, because this isn't easy by any stretch of the imagination. I'm still running, and next year I have signed up for something called the Wild Horse Triple Crown, which is 3 200-mile events in Wales, Welsh roots, passionate about Wales and all things Welsh, and it's going to be a bit of a spiritual journey, I think. 13th of April, 15th of June and 17th of August, South Wales, Mid Wales, North Wales respectively. Massive challenge. It's seen some significant training already, some pretty big lifestyle changes, and I'm really excited about it. I'm geared up and passionate for this one. It matters. It really matters. And I lost sight of that in maybe some of my last events. Maybe didn't really want them enough, or didn't really feel like I got anything to prove, or whatever, I don't know. But this is different, and it was kind of, from the first moment that I saw, the sort of 200-mile tag type thing, it was just, I was on one. So that's what the plan is. I want to use the opportunity to raise some money for Mind, the mental health charity. Some of you might know I've had my issues, I've got my demons. I live with a bipolar spectrum disorder, which is particularly hard at times. I'm going to talk about what's normal for me, so I assume it's normal for everyone else, but I don't know, I could be completely wrong. But I think it's normal for people to kind of go up and down a bit. My ups and downs are pretty extreme, or can be extreme, and they can be very varied in their duration and their spacing. I can be, it can be weeks or months, really, between highs and lows. It can be days, it can be hours. It can either be like a rapid cycling thing where it's even in the space of one conversation I've gone, all over the place. And it makes it really hard to sort of live with any consistency in anything, and to focus attention and effort on one thing for too long. I kind of have these flashes where I'll move mountains and then, struggle to get out of bed. It's very disruptive. I don't think I'm ever manic enough that I, try and jump off the roof, or currently depressed enough that I throw myself under a bus, but it's hard to live with. I don't have any treatment for it. I don't see anybody or speak to anybody. I won't take any medication because I've done that before and I didn't like the way it made me feel. And I've tried fairly recently to have some help, and it just wasn't what I needed, really. 16 years ago today, I tried to take my own life. I can't begin to explain the turmoil and the anguish that had built up over a period of time that led up to that. It was hideous. It was, it was years in the making. Thank God it didn't work. Although I'd be lying if I said that there have been times when I wished it had. But thankfully I think I'm a long way from that. And whilst I still experience highs and lows, they're not as extreme. And I attribute most of that to running. The escapism, endorphins, call them what you will. And I think it does kind of strip you back a bit. Make things a bit real, make you feel. A bit of a self-harm type analogy I always liken it to, because it's kind of like you're in control of the pain. But I think I certainly can build barriers, and I think, with distance and effort that comes with running, you kind of erode that and just makes things real. If that makes any sense. Maybe. Makes sense to me. Nobody should be going through this stuff. I think it's a sad indictment on life that so many people are. And that so many will. There just isn't much in the way of help. GPs, mental health practitioners, do they really understand? Could anyone understand if they hadn't gone through it? So, could you understand? I know I'm not alone, and I know there's lots of people battling their own demons, and for whatever reasons they've been brought on, and maybe, at some point in time I'll talk about what it's like more, and maybe some of the things that triggered it. But for now, it's I can live with it, but I have to keep on. But there's a lot to be thankful for, and since I just in the last 18 months or so, a lot's changed for me personally and professionally, and personally, emotionally. I've found what I've been looking for, and it's just trying to make these other pieces of the jigsaw fit together, and that's not easy, and I know it's going to come with time, and it's getting there, but it's not an overnight thing. And I know there's struggles to come, and I know that I'm strong enough to deal with them. And I know that with the support network I've got around me, I'm well equipped to deal with them. But I have to keep running. And I don't want anyone else to get to the point that I got to on the 28th of November 2005, when I just wanted the pain to stop. So when the fundraising link comes around, please be generous, and I think that, you know, mental health is just going to be one of those things that, you know, sure, it's always been an issue. And I know, you know, I hate words like stigma and taboo and all this kind of crap. But, you know, it's real. It is real. And you might not necessarily know who it affects. You know, a lot of people are good at hiding these things. Some better than others. But that's it for now. Maybe I'll post some more. Let you know how training's going and raise prep and stuff like that.